Today marks 1498 days, Charlotte, since I learn and continue to learn with you. But I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about leaders and what do they do on a daily basis. What do they do differently? Because I think that there's a lot of leaders who succeed in life, and some people who are leaders maybe do not. And today we'll share 10 things that I truly believe that the best of us are doing on consistent basis. So number one, they live by clear life personal philosophy. That means that they understand what kind of standards they have, what they care about, what's important for them, what is default their actions, what is default their emotions, emotional home. Understand what is they really care. What are the motto? Like people over ego, understanding what are the philosophy, how they make decisions based on that philosophy. Because every single person needs to understand, okay, how do I live my life? How I could really protect my mind space and really know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. I think that clarity is extremely important. One of my favorite analogies is that when you driving in an extremely foggy day, you're driving very slow because you're not able to see far away. So you need to be driving very slow, otherwise you might crash. But when it's a beautiful day, sunny day, you have able to see so far, but you're able to drive as fast as you can. And that's exactly what clarity does. And when you have that philosophy, life philosophy, personal philosophy, they have intentional principles of life to really live a beautiful life. Number two, they protect their energy like priceless asset. And I think that's we always need to remember that energy is the most important resource of all. There's nothing more important than energy. You can have all the money in the universe, but if you do not have energy, you will not be able to use it. You can have all the time in the universe, but if you don't have energy, you will not use the time. If you have, that means that it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how much time you have, what matters is how much energy you have to use the things that you have. So without energy, there's nothing. There's nothing without energy. That means that when you think about the best leaders, they really protect the energy because their energy is physical, is emotional, is spiritual, is mental energy. So all those energies need to be protected at all cost. Number two, number three is they make decisions fast and then iterate. And this is again beautiful. I think that sometimes we don't want to make a decision because we want to be afraid to fail. But what the best leaders do, they make decisions very fast, and then, if it's necessary, they iterate, they change, they pivot, they adjust, they're resourceful, they're flexible, they're adaptable. But again, they're not waiting for perfect conditions. They're not waiting till ducks to line up. They're not waiting until all the greens will be ready to go. No, they take the action right away and they say, okay, what's working, what's not working, what I need to change, just to make sure that I get what I really want. Because without action, you will never get what you want. But with action, it might be that you will not get right what you want right away. But if you keep iterating, if you keep adjusting, at some point, will succeed. So speed matters. Perfection doesn't. That's what the point of this point. Number four is they surround themselves with people who challenge them. They surround themselves with people who challenge them. And I know that some people just don't like that kind of people. They want to live in their bubble. One of my friends who extremely knowledgeable, probably one of the most knowledgeable people I know. And a lot of people don't like him because he always wants to understand them and where they're coming from, where they gather information. So he asks not just about information, but about where they validate information, how, and that challenges some people. And they start to realize that the things that they thought is right is totally bullshit or not correct, and they feel challenged because of it. And I think that this person, my friend, is supposed to be in every single circle, but he sometimes is excluded from people who do not want to be challenged. But people who are leaders, they invite those kind of people. They invite because they know their ideas, their perspectives will be challenged. And now because it went through the person who really is extremely knowledgeable. Now you know that your ideas are crucial, your ideas are great, your ideas are something worth. Because I think that's extremely important to challenge yourselves. And we need to have seeking mentors, hire smarter people than yourself. Because if your ego is very, very strong and you are you have insecurities, you will not hire people who are better than you. And that's the thing that the best leaders are able to hire the best of the best. I think that's again that's very, very, very so because the best leaders know that they need to have exposure to better minds. You're not able to get into places that you've never been exposed to. So when you expose to better minds, it means you expose yourself in better minds and you're able to really achieve that better mind as well. Number 5, they obsess over learning more than looking smart. And that's extremely important. They're able to be humble, be able to be vulnerable, they're able to ask for help, they're able to ask questions that potentially could look stupid in other people's eyes, but they know that when they ask, now they know. If they didn't ask, they don't know. Even a stupid question, and they obsess every single day, learning, developing, improving, getting better. And I think that's a beautiful part of being a leader because they are students for life. And that's again, this is the best leaders do. They are students for life. Number 6, they act with courage even when they're afraid. This is again one of the best things of leaders is that being able to do the right thing when you're scared to death. And I think that's again, you know that this is so important that is much more important than your fear, and that's why you're willing to do it. You're willing to do it with a massive fear, and I think that's one beautiful thing is that it doesn't matter. Nothing matters exactly. What matters is courage and willingness. Willingness to do the thing, and courage to take the action. And a lot of times it will be things that you don't want to do, but courage and act no matter how big the fear is. I think that's extremely important. Number 7, they live in alignment with long-term vision. I think sometimes we forget that how important it is to really align our long vision with current actions because sometimes our current actions is focused on urgencies. But if we focus our life always on urgencies, we'll never have time to focus on priorities. So when you think about this long-term vision, looking on those goals and break it down to your midterm and short-term, and understanding like how my short-term things, how what they do right now aligns with who I want to become in the future, who I want to be that one day when I achieve that vision. And when you're able to have that alignment to work for decades, you feel much more meaningful as well, purposeful. And I think that's extremely important. That's why they are leaders because they're moving towards something big. And they focus on priorities, not just urgencies. Number 8 is they cultivate emotional mastery. And again, there's so many people who have succeeded in achieve tremendous success. They always speak that one of the most important things, in life is emotional mastery, emotional regulation, being able to control your emotions and being able to do the right thing no matter how you feel. This example is the best leaders, the best of the best are able to regulate their emotions to the way that they're able to do the things that is necessary, even though that might be extremely hard. But they respond rather than react, stay calm under pressure, and they regulate their emotions before speaking because they are able to really take nothing personally and they know that they need to really bring their emotions back to the base all the time. Number 9, they do uncomfortable things every day. I think that most people do something uncomfortable once in a while, but the best leaders do something every single day. Because one beautiful thing about that doing something uncomfortable every single day, the best thing about it is I want to work on that as well. But one of the best thing is that when you do something that you scared every single day, that is parabolic growth, not linear. It's just growth because one day you're afraid of it, then it's not, and then you're able to really do tremendous things in quite short period of time. I think that if you are saying that my growth is slow, Probably this is again number one thing why your growth is slow. Because you're not doing uncomfortable things, you're doing comfortable things every single day consistently, but you are on linear growth, and that is slow growth. But when we do something uncomfortable, that is parabolic growth, and then of course that's where we want to spend the most time if we want to be the best leaders of all. And last one, number 10, they measure their life contribution, not consumption. They're always looking at how could I add value, how could be of service to others, not how much I could get out of this. And I think that that's the beautiful thing. That's they are leaders. They lead, they are in front, they initiate things, they make things happen. They not wait until other people make things happen. No, they contribute before other people contribute. And I think that's a beautiful thing. When they started asking questions, how we could elevate others, how we could solve problem for someone else, what kind of legacy could they leave behind? Those are questions that leaders, the best leaders, ask. And I mean, those 10 things is extremely important points when we want to figure how we could really become better, how I could be a better person. I think those 10 points are extremely great ways to look at, okay, which area of my life could I improve right now. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.